Who doesn't love making money while watching basketball? Well, that's what we've done the last 2 days when we hit this card and we hit this card. Now, you're here for new picks. We got 2 more primetime games today. We got Pelicans at the Hawks, and we have Timberwolves at the Lakers. Let's get into those picks, shall we? So we're going to start things off with the Pelicans defense. They allow a lot of offensive rebounds, but part of that is because all their strengths on the defensive side are defending inside the arc. They dare you to shoot threes, mostly catch and shoot threes, as you can see here, and that means a lot of long rebounds bouncing off the rim. So that makes sense. But anybody that relies on scoring on the inside, like Sadiq Bey, you can see here at the bottom, they're probably not going to have a great game. DeJounte, he doesn't rely only on inside scoring, but it helps, and the fact that they defend the pull-up two really well isn't going to be good for him. However, what we can target is Bogdanovich points in the catch and shoot. I think that's going to be our best way to target this game. But they defend the ISO well, they defend pick and roll well, handoffs, pull-ups, shooting in the paint, all that stuff. So we want to target whoever's shooting a lot of threes, and in this case, that's going to be Bogdanovich. On the Hawks side, very similar. They defend the interior well lately. In the start of the season, it was not like that. But lately, they've defended the inside well. They defend handoffs and pull-up twos well. But again, bad against catch and shoot, offensive rebounds, and they're also really bad against transition and the roller and the pick and roll. So who can we target with the Hawks knowing this? We can target Brandon Ingram unders because of the pull-up twos, Valanciunas assists because of the handoffs. We can target McCollum or Murphy for the catch and shoot. Personally, my favorite of the day is going to be Ingram assists, and I will get into why later. Now let's go to Timberwolves and Lakers. Against the Timberwolves, one of the best defenses in the NBA, probably the best. Assist props, catch and shoot, pull-up threes, anything behind the arc, they're really good at defending. Kind of the opposite of the Pelicans. They basically want to say, hey, two's less than three. We'll defend the paint and we'll defend the three-point line. You're going to have to score somewhere in the mid-range, and that's why they allow a lot of pull-up twos and a lot of stuff to the roller and the pick and roll because you get that roller and you touch it a little bit over the help defense. And on top of all that, they defend the transition really well. They defend the pick and roll ball handler really well. But in spite of that, they defend the roller really badly. And then they defend handoffs really well, but that makes sense. They kind of go hand in hand with the pick and roll. So what are we going to target in this game? We can target LeBron for the mid-range pull-ups. We can do that for Davis as well, but for Davis, I want to target more of the post-up and the roller and the pick and roll. We just saw Jared Allen absolutely dominate in the same matchup. I'd expect a lot of the same from Anthony Davis, who has had a lot of success in this matchup. For unders, really the only thing that I like unders against Timberwolves, just with what we have laid out here, is taking role players under. So we're talking about your Rui Hachimuras, Taurean Prince. The Lakers, it's not as much of a thing with the Lakers, but like last game for the Cavs, we targeted Isaac Okoro under assists in that cash. So it's players like that that do get the ball, but you're not really relying on them to get assists. I think those under assist props are usually good against Minnesota. But nobody here to talk about there. The Lakers defense. They defend the ball handler really well in the pick and roll, and they defend the post-up really well because of Anthony Davis. It ends there because they allow a lot of assists, a lot of putbacks, pull-up shots. They're bad against the ISO. They allow a lot of wide-open threes, and they are really bad at defending transition. So who do we target then? We can target pull-up or catch-and-shoot shooters. In this case, it's going to be Anthony Edwards and Naz Reid with Karl-Anthony Towns out, or Mike Conley assists. Now, Mike Conley assists is kind of a volatile prop for me. Some games he gets 1 or 2. Some games he'll get 10. I usually like to stay away from Mike Conley props. I really like the idea of targeting Anthony Edwards, especially with Karl-Anthony Towns out. He's had success in this matchup. His usage has been like 40% in the 3 games without Karl-Anthony Towns. I really love this spot. As far as the unders, again, more role players. In this case, you want to target role players that aren't really shooting the ball that much from deep. And in this case, it's going to be Jaden McDaniels and Kyle Anderson. If I had to choose one, it would be Kyle Anderson. But I think Edwards is your best bet to go in this one. So we've talked about all the analysis we need. What's the play? Here it is. It's going to be plus 261. And the Hawks and Pelicans game, it's going to be Bogdanovich 12 plus points and Brandon Ingram 5.5 assists. That SGP gets us to plus 114, mostly because this Brandon Ingram plays. This is not an alt line. This is normal line. I absolutely love him today. If I wasn't making this video, I'd post him as an official play for one of my straights on Twitter. So I just put that in there, and we're going to enjoy the higher payout once it hits. On the Timberwolves and Lakers side, we're looking at Anthony Edwards, alt PRA at 35 plus. Same with Anthony Davis. If you guys want reasoning for any of those, let's get into it. So first off, Bogdanovich, 12 plus points. He's had 30 or more minutes in every game without Trae Young this season, including some blowouts. When he gets 30 minutes, he is 24 of 27 on this line. And we can take a look at his misses. We're seeing, who is this? Brooklyn. He shot 4 of 13. In this matchup against the Knicks, which is literally the worst matchup you could ask for right now, just going to play at the Knicks. Their defense has been amazing. And then we can see here versus Houston, he shot 3 of 12. So we're asking him to shoot like 30%, and we're going to hit this line. For Brandon Ingram, he has actually been crazy for this line. 33 of 57 on the season. And lately, it's been way better. 15 of 20. In this game, he had 14 potential assists. He's right around 12 potential assists per game the last 10. CJ McCollum has pretty much given up the point guard duties, which means it is all Brandon Ingram and Zion lately. Brandon Ingram's this is what Brandon Ingram's line should be even when McCollum is getting some point guard duties. So we're getting this line even without McCollum. I want all of that. We can see how he does in 30 minutes and a win, since it's a nice spread. And we see a beautiful hit right there, 71% of the time. And understanding that a lot of this is when he wasn't even running point guard. So I really, really love this line. I've already gone over why I love the matchup as well. Let's get into Lakers and Timberwolves. We got Anthony Davis, 35 plus PRA. He's hitting 40 of 52 games the season with 30 or more minutes. If we check at home, it's 21 of 27. And then we can check head-to-head and Green. And it's by a mile, 43 or more in every single game. It's a good matchup in the post-up and the roller, and even mixing some mid-range work in there. This matchup is just too good to pass up, and we've seen historical results in the same matchup as to why. So still great hit rate, 73% on the season when he gets 30 or more minutes. And again, that's with Karl-Anthony Towns for pretty much every game. In the 4 games without Karl-Anthony Towns, he is 3 of 4 on this line. Last game, in this game, he shot 7 of 27. You give me 27 shots, and I guarantee he goes over 99 out of 100 times, and this is going to be that 100. If you want to go back to last season as well, he went over in 70% of games without Karl-Anthony Towns, and he's way better this season. If you ask me, his usage has gone up. So I just think this makes a lot of sense. It's a good matchup. Karl-Anthony Towns is out, and he's been seeing great usage. So you want to go back and see it again. Here is the lay. We're looking at plus 261, 1 unit to win 2.6 units. 35 PRA for both Anthony Edwards and Anthony Davis. 12 points for Bogdanovich, 6 assists for Brandon Ingram. Good luck if you are tailing. Let's make a lot of money for the 3rd consecutive day, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like and follow, and I will see you guys tomorrow for tomorrow's Primetime Picks. Good luck, everybody.